everyone. We have been having a wonderfully cold and blistery January, and I thought this would be the perfect time to share some winter meal ideas with you.
This is cool. Mama's so cool.
All of the recipes will be linked down below for you to go and check out so you can recreate these yourselves. The first recipe that I wanted to share with you guys is these cardamom cinnamon orange rolls, and they're really fun and they really kind of showcase a lot of winter flavors. January is really the perfect time to kind of experiment with some of your baked goods recipes that you've been wanting to try out throughout the year, because you can have your oven running and it's not going to overheat your house. As opposed to summer, I feel like I have to be very picky about what I actually bake in the oven. Now, I'm not saying that consuming cinnamon rolls during the winter is going to prevent you from getting sick. However, cinnamon is known to be antibacterial, antifungal, antiviral, and has anti-inflammatory properties, which are all very important for your immune system and helpful in that regard. And cardamom, although less studied, is thought to have very similar properties as well. Cinnamon and cardamom are also both known to support gut health, which 70% of your immune system is located in your gut. And so, of course, it's very important to make sure that you're keeping that healthy and eating a really diverse amount of foods in order to prevent sickness. So overall, I'm not saying that cinnamon rolls are the cure to preventing illness this winter, but I'm saying that it probably can't hurt to have a few. This next meal has quickly become one of my family's favorite winter meals, and it is a ginger peanut chicken stir fry, kind of with bok choy. And we like to make some roasted broccoli on the side, and I love how many different flavors this dish has, and also how seasonally appropriate and the immune system benefits of it. This recipe is not only loaded with really great leafy green vegetables, but it also has lots of ginger, which is anti-inflammatory and has lots of antioxidants, and it also has a lot of lime juice and garlic and optional onions if you prefer. And then we like to side it with some coconut milk, rice, and that also has some immune system properties. Also, pro tip, if you do not have a rice cooker, if you wrap the lid for cooking your rice in tin foil, it cooks it down amazingly and prevents you from having to own one more appliance. The thing that I absolutely love about this meal is it can be prepped in advance, and so it makes dinner time incredibly quick, but you kind of just put all of your sauce together with the raw chicken, and that's what kind of makes this nice caramely sauce. And while your chicken is cooking, you can cut up all of your other vegetables. And so it comes together very quickly, and your rice is always done right when it finishes, and everything just times out really nicely. Bok choy has quickly become one of my favorite vegetables. It's almost this cross between a spinach and celery for the texture, but it has a very basic flavor profile that I feel like pairs really well with any sauce that you can kind of put with it. I think one thing that would be nice though is if it would be a little bit more readily available. It seems to be out of stock often in our grocery stores. One substitute that I think would also pair really nicely with this dish is maybe cabbage. And so I kind of want to try that next and see if it has a similar flavor profile, just because I feel like both of these vegetables are fairly low in flavor on their own and would just kind of adapt to whatever the dish holds. So I feel like that would also be interchangeable. Leafy greens really hold a lot of the vitamins and minerals that you need for your immune system support. And they also have a lot of folic acid and iron, which is also needed for combating depression, which I know a lot of people suffer from seasonal depression. So making sure that you keep up on your leafy greens throughout the winter is incredibly important. Some of the produce that's in season right now is broccoli, beets, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, carrots, citrus fruits, kale, and winter squash. This next recipe is a Brussels sprout salad that we have been completely obsessed with and have made it for multiple times throughout the holiday season. But it is raw Brussels sprouts that you just dice and chop really thinly. I think a mandolin would be a lot easier for this, but I didn't have one readily available, so I just chopped it finely. But then you chop up some apple, some pistachios, sunflower seeds, which all of those would be optional, and then we've also added cheddar cheese and bacon to this, and then you just make a fairly simple salad dressing using a few different ingredients and toss that together. I chronically don't use a large enough bowl for this process, so I'm sorry that this is so painful to watch, but this is so delicious. And again, I also think this one would have a good substitute with cabbage because it would provide that same crunch that the Brussels sprouts provide, but it would be that neutral flavor as well and would adapt to the salad dressing nicely. And this last recipe that I wanted to share is a stuffed cabbage casserole, and you can leave the rice out, that's optional, but I love how loaded with vegetables this recipe is as well, and really focusing on that cabbage. And also the hamburger provides the vitamin B12 and B6, which are really important again in fighting kind of that seasonal depression. So really important to make sure that you're getting enough protein throughout the winter months as well. I just love how cozy and warm and comforting this meal was, and also how packed with vegetables it was. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope it gave you a few ideas for what to make this winter. I loved sharing this video with you guys, so go ahead and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already so you don't miss the next one, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.